Hi everyone, my name is Hanna. I teach violin here at the Gunnedah Conservatorium of Music. We are working or are going to be working over a period of time on little segments of videos explaining how to replace a string on instrument, because later we also need to know how to tune an instrument. And all of that is actually related. Obviously, it's to do with putting the string on the instrument and tightening it. So obviously the string has two ends, and most of the strings have got a little, so Michael can come and do a little close up. It's got a little like a bobble on top, like a round little bead. And that bead, Michael, would you do a close up just here? That little bead needs to go into this little special home for it. And so that will eventually be hooked over and kept tight. To begin with, if we have no string at all, we will get a string from the shop, and usually they are coiled up. They are coiled up like so in a packet, just like so. So in that case, that end is usually nice and straight. There is no issue. But sometimes we need to take the string off because the peg might not be working very well. It's not turning. So we're trying to tune and it keeps unraveling itself and the string goes out of tune all the time. So we need to pull the string out, take the peg out, give it a good clean. But now that end of the string will be curly, like some people's hair, little ringlet. So we have to straighten it, which I have already done. So now just one more thing here, Michael. I'd like you to show people that this peg here, maybe not in front of my face, has got a hole right through it. And the peg has a shape, which is not just like a dowel, straight the same size. It's a conical shape, so it starts bigger and it tapers down. Because the hole, I'm using cello because it's easier to see, but all instruments, violins, violas, and cellos have the same issue. They have to have the strings replaced. So just one more thing, that the peg goes into the bigger end, and the other end of the hole is, this hole is smaller because that's how the peg is shaped. So continuing with the peg information. So as I have mentioned, the peg is conical shape, and this is the larger hole, and this one is a smaller hole, and that's how when we push the peg in, it stays there nice and tight. Now the peg itself has got a hole, as we have already shown before, through there. This is where the string will have to go through. So this is not always easy to do when the peg is inside the peg box, but that's what has to happen. So here is the peg inside. We will allocate the hole, and then the string will have to be pushed through so it goes right through to the other side of the peg. Okay, so this is the next segment where we can see a little close up where the string is pushed through the peg and poking out the other side. We need quite a good amount of it. And then we can start turning the peg. So Michael, can you focus in closer so we can see what's happening as I'm turning. Can you see what's happening? Oh, I have to also see what I'm doing. So be turning, and the string is getting wrapped around. But we need to keep the pressure on the string, because if we don't, it'll just like a spring bounce and there will be no tightness. We need everything done under pressure. So we're pushing in the peg so it doesn't unravel, but we are also holding the string. And then we will put the other end down the bottom there. We're still holding the pressure. As you can see, it's not easy. Sometimes we need 3 hands, and we keep tightening. Now we have to have this over the groove on the bridge and over the groove here on the nut. And we keep turning until we have got everything in place, and keep pushing the peg so it doesn't come undone. Done.